Hey, I'm Launders here at IEM on behalf of EasySkins.com. I'm here with Adren, Liquid Adren. Just had a 2-0 victory. I almost said 2-1, but it was a clean sweep, 2-0. Haven't done that before.
No, not at all. Not against a team of their caliber, I guess.
Yeah. You had that close OT loss on Cobble versus Virtus.pro. Were you up like 15-11? It was like really close.
Yeah, that was a game we should have closed out, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we won this time.
Yeah. Did that fear haunt you? Like, did you think like it was going to be tough, or that they're just going to like go beast mode all of a sudden, even though you had like a strong lead in both maps?
Yeah, it actually never got scary really. Like second half of the second map, like we lost pistol. And like we just ecoed them second round, so we were like never behind, which is I think really good for us. Like because when we're on fire, like we're nuts. So we didn't have to actually really battle them, I guess, too hard.
Yeah. Did you feel like they were playing well?
I don't know if it was us playing like super well or them just having an off day or something, but like I felt like just like everything was working for us. Like our CT sides, which usually aren't even our strong side, like usually it's our T side that's strong, and our CT sides are a little bit like just struggle. But our CT sides were amazing, so I don't know.
Yeah. So like the one thing that I was thinking for myself when I was watching, was like, okay, they're playing with the stand, they're playing with Mihu. Mihu's like a super sick player, but he's replacing Snax, who maybe is considered the best player in VP, but they wouldn't expect of themselves to be losing, right? They would expect to win every single round, and you guys just had such a strong lead throughout. Did you like think about like Snax's role? Like, how much do you prepare for your teams when you play them?
Honestly, we didn't do much preparing for this event at all, just because we've been so busy. Like Agba Power LAN, RGN LAN, there's just so many LANs right now that you can't prepare for like a single team, right? So you kind of have to only worry about your own game. But Snax is an absolute beast, right? So both times they beat us, he dropped like 34 kills in the match. So I mean, when they don't have their star player, it definitely helps, right? So.
And for those of you who don't know, like Mihu is, many people consider like the next guy who's like the best player in Poland. So he's no slouch. He's played with them before as well.
Yeah, he's like always been their standing guy. So they like him, I guess.
Yeah, no slouch whatsoever. I mean, so it's still a big victory. Do you consider it tainted though, like in any way?
You have to say that, unfortunately. Like, we're not going to get full credit for it. I think it still feels good. I'm super proud of the team. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it's a Snax-less VP, right? So, whatever. We can still be proud of it and happy. So, beat Navi tomorrow, then we can say.
So that's the other thing. Like, I feel like, or I don't know how you feel, but to me it looks like Navi would be like a great semifinal to have. You feel confident versus them?
We haven't played them with this roster at all. The last time we played them, we actually tied them at Gfinity, and that's when we weren't even like very good, I would say. We tied them, but CLG played them close in a 2-1 series. LG plays them super close, so I think we have a chance.
It seemed like LG were playing really well too. It was like
definitely
pretty close series. Now, kind of like a darker note at CEVO LAN. For me, you were my favorite. The NA teams, obviously, to go very far, and then beyond that, with there not being any like the beasts like NB, Fnatic, TSM, there's a great chance for you to maybe make semis or even finals. And you had a rough time in groups.
So like CEVO, I think we really messed up with our map pool. We let Train slip in twice. And that's been something we changed instantly. And our pick during CEVO was like always Cobble. And so now we've kind of like put Cobble as like a secondary map, like we're super confident on, but it's like we just don't want Train in that right now because we don't have time to prepare for Train. So and each time on CEVO we started out on Train, like we let them pick their map, and then we just had like a bad momentum, bad T sides. Like, we weren't in our groove, you know what I mean? So you
were playing a team that you're playing Dignitas on Train, I think. And it was your map pick or the second?
No, it was their map pick.
It was their map pick.
Each team picked Train versus us when we left it in.
I
so
got you.
it was kind of awkward because like it's not a strong map for us. So that's something we adjusted, and I think it helped us for sure in these last couple of events.
So I guess it's a two-part question. Then, like, I was gonna ask, like, how do you mess up a veto? But that makes sense if you use your one ban. So what map did you ban? And like, do you consider like Train a weakness?
Well, actually, we've kind of put Inferno back into our map pool as a map we like. And previously, the last couple months, we didn't like Inferno at all, but we've had some pretty good results on it. Like we crushed Cloud9 at Abbott Power. We crushed another team at RGN. So we're super comfortable on Inferno again. So we like to leave that in the map pool if a team wants to pick it. But that's the biggest thing, I guess, so far.
So did you feel pressured to like have to pick up the map so that in the future your vetoes wouldn't be kind of like you could ban a map but still be wide open in another way?
Yeah, we definitely have to like fix train, like for sure. It's going to be like one of our number one things. So, like beating a top European team in a best of 3, like your map pool has to be so much deeper than like here in NA. So that's definitely like a number one goal of ours.
So what's the process like of fixing a map on train? Maybe like you want to focus on getting a good CT side. So is it about figuring out who has the best role for what position?
Yeah, that too, and just figuring out like what each person's like responsibility actually is. And that's something we actually fixed a little bit on our CT side. Is like our players were trying to like do too much themselves instead of just kind of playing back, more teamwork oriented, pop flash. Hey, let's peek Ivy, double peek together. Some of that stuff. James, our coach, does a lot of like setup stuff, so we can actually see. He watches other teams. He tells us how they play, gives us like options to pick with. Like, hey, like this guy plays hell like this, and then helps Ivy. Blah blah. Like kind of like that stuff, but. James brings a lot to the table in terms of like seeing what the top European teams are doing, so that we can integrate that in our play too. So.
Would you consider that like anti-stratting, or is that just general preparedness?
That's just general preparedness, yeah. I guess both, really.
Both, yeah.
So.
Like, do you think it's important to like also not too heavily consider what someone's going to do in a specific round, like rely on that information, or? Do you think about calling as like playing reactively most of the time, or like what's your philosophy on calling?
I think reactionary is definitely the best, because if you rely too much on anti-stratting, I think it comes to bite your ass too many times. I mean, I've learned that a long time ago, where like if you study them too hard and you're predicting them, like a top European team's not ever going to play the same, right? Like they're going to play reactionary on their CTs as well, so it's really good to know what their setups can be and to expect that, but you just always got to be ready as a caller, I guess.
Cool. Who's your most favorite team to play out of, I guess, if you're okay with playing Na'Vi between G2 and TSM?
Probably. I think I'd probably play Na'Vi out of any of them. Yeah. I mean, TSM's insane.
Yeah.
G2 has like super individually skilled players, right?
Yeah.
Like they can just go off at any moment. So I think I'm most comfortable with Na'Vi.
Na'Vi,
Yeah.
and then TSM hardest.
TSM hardest. Yeah.
You think you could beat them in the final?
TSM?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to make that statement yet. Yeah.
It's not very NA of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, thanks for the insight, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate the interview.
Yep.
Good luck in your match tomorrow.
Thanks.